of like the there's any comparison out there, it's Marvel's version of Diablo.
Yeah, I played it pretty extensively. It's a Diablo clone, sure.
But they're talking
a good one,
about
by the way. It's pretty good.
They are, yeah.
Yeah.
Or it is. I just got a notice for the 2015 version, which I guess is a pre-release deal.
Mm-hmm.
But the code is ANIRUOK, which I thought was like some sort of randomly generated, letters. But when you look at it, it's like, oh no, it's Annie, are you okay?
Oh, no way.
Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay?
That's amazing. Some jackanape in some department is having a real good time with that.
Someone really likes Smooth Criminal.
They saw that Michael Jackson hologram.
Oh, yeah.
Got all excited.
Yeah, see, I didn't have any problem with that. People are like, oh, it's too...
Who cares?
It's weird.
They do this all the time. They did it with Tupac. They did it with Fred Astaire. They do it with everybody.
Exactly.
No generation is safe.
Fred Astaire, they repurposed his face onto a 3D motion generated.
Oh, he was vacuuming.
Vacuum cleaner commercial.
That's right.
That one I think I might have a problem with.
But either way, it's just to make money. Like, they didn't bring Jackson out as a hologram out of some pure of heart, out of pocket attempt to recognize the genius. They did it to promote that posthumous album he put out. Or, excuse me, his ghost put out.
Yeah, that's true. It wasn't right there.
So either way, money grubbing bastards is who everyone is.
Well, you're right. Okay.
All right, here we go. We're going to record now. Time to record. And here's the recording. It's going. And test. Okay, we're good. All right. Here it goes. It begins. Ooh, there, scroll up there, Scotty. There you go, buddy. It begins in 3, 2, 1. Coming up on TMS, The Matrix was the last cool thing that Wachowskis made.
Beware the norovirus.
Hawaii has a bottled snake problem.
Justin Bieber sang a terrible song.
Looks like we got some sweet leaks on the Star Wars set.
Therapy Thursday and more on this episode of The Morning Stream.
For only $9.95 plus taxes and your old tire, you can now buy a genuine Lee tire in the popular 600 or 640 by 16 size at Signal service stations. Now, don't confuse this $9.95 Lee Staghound tire with ordinary low-price tires, in which quality is cut in order to cut cost. All the materials that go into Lee's Staghound tire are exactly the same quality as those in the Lee Deluxe. In fact, the only difference is that the Lee Deluxe tire is somewhat heavier and has a thicker tread.
The Morning Stream. The Morning Stream. The Morning Stream. The Morning Stream. The Morning Stream.
The Morning Stream. No matter what fortune cookies say, it is not better in bed.
Hello, everybody. You recognize this sound? That's Daryl.
It is.
He was laughing at a dirty joke.
Actually, it sounds to me like the very first thing you hear in the Spice Girls "Wannabe" song.
Oh, weird. Oh, weird. You know what? Kind of, yeah.
Do you have that?
I don't think I do, but I'm having recollections there. Yeah, I don't have the Spice Girls collection you've got, dude. You've got yours is extensive.
I have the Spice Girls collection I want, if you know what I mean.
Did they ever do any good covers? Is that a thing the Spice Girls have ever?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, they did. Well, did they do any good covers? They did covers.
Yeah, maybe not good though. Maybe
they're okay. It's funny. All with the exception of Victoria, Posh.
Yeah,
they've all released covers that were singles. Like Ginger Spice released a cover of "It's Raining Men." Sporty. Let's see. One of them did "I Want Candy."
Oh, that sounds like a thing they'd do.
I think that might have been Sporty. Did "I Want Candy"?
Yeah. She wants candy.
Yeah.
So wait, hold on.
Baby Spice did a great cover of, oh my God, what was it? Flowers? No. What was it? Something Crickets Sing for Anna Maria.
Who married Sexy Soccer Man? Which one was that?
That was Posh.
Posh Spice.
Victoria,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, she didn't have to do anything else.
No, she pretty much, and it's good too, because her skills lie in other areas besides singing.
Yeah, she can model. She can model. She can
Right.
look good with her husband there.
She can shop and she can model and model.
Yeah, that's a hell of a superpower she got. Yeah, I always felt like she was the one that didn't seem to do much, in the band proper. I mean, it kind of just felt odd.
All of the other ones would get like a whole verse to sing on their own, or a chorus or whatever, and she would get relegated to like one line.
Yeah, that's too bad, man. What are you doing, Posh? Where you been all our lives? All right, well, hey, it's a show here. We do. It's called The Morning Stream. It's Thursday, June 5th, 2014. June 5th. What? June 5th. We're 5 days into June?
June 5th. My gosh.
How did that happen? 5 days. Where did they go? I don't know. It's a little bit chaotic around my life right now. It's a little crazy. Yeah. Part of it is this, Brian. I've got a lot going on and a lot to get done, and for whatever reason, everything seems to be amped up. Like client work is higher than usual, which I guess is good, but busy. We got issues with Nick had his wisdom teeth out yesterday. He's fine. Everything's good. They got him early, so there were no major roots to deal with.
Good.
We didn't have to kick the roots out like
Does
Jimmy Fallon does every night.
Super swollen cheeks?
No, in fact, that's the beauty of it. Because the roots had not taken hold, these were more like straight up old-fashioned extractions in a way.
Okay.
Without all the, more surgery elements to it.
That's the benefit of getting to them early, huh?
Yeah. So they're out, and he's not puffy, but man, he was stoned yesterday. Good heavens. Whoo! I got some video to share. It's on the level of this real life kid. I mean, it's pretty bad. I'll put those up later so people can see him a little bit stoned on whatever they gave him. He actually told the nurse he loved her. Here's how it went. Yeah.
Really?
She goes, now I'm going to put you in this chair, okay? And he goes, okay, thanks. I love you, he says. To which she says, I love you too. Kim asked him, she says in the car, she filmed all this. She goes, she picked him up. We were on the show when this was all happening. And she goes, hey, buddy, do you have any girlfriends? And he goes, yeah, like 50, he says. And she goes, well, did you kiss any of them? And he goes, no, not with these lips. It's like, what are you even saying? What are you even saying? Who are you? Like a different kid popped out. It's so strange for him, but yeah, he was completely looped out and crazy.
Man, that's funny. It's like truth serum. Like you could basically get any information out of him that you wanted for that. You had power that you didn't abuse. Hopefully.
Yeah, like a golden lasso from Wonder Woman.
Exactly.
And she tried. She did some other questions like what was it? Oh, she said he's laying there going, I'm so thirsty. I'm so thirsty. She goes, well, what do you want to drink? I'll ask the doctor if it's okay. He goes, I want a beer. And Kim goes, and if you know Nick at all, this doesn't sound like Nick.
Right.
And she goes, a beer? Have you ever had a beer? And he goes, no.
Not with these lips.
Not with these. He's just like, no, I never have, but it sounds amazing right now. It's like, what are you talking about?
He really said that.
Yeah,
oh my God.
he said that. Like so
Wow.
so we're okay. Well, cross juvenile drinking off the list. He's just craving one. He hasn't had any yet. Okay, what else we got here? The girlfriends, 50 girls. Holy crap, he could be the next Dr. J or whatever. And then find out, he's never kissed any of them, not with these lips, according to him. So he was losing it, but it was pretty funny, and we videotaped all of it. His sisters, like we did this with his sisters, and they both had him out, and they were both a little loopy, but nothing like this. Like he is complete, and it's funny because the girls are the more outgoing when not stoned. Nick's the opposite. When he's not stoned, he's quiet. And not reserved, but he's not a loudmouth, and he's not, inserting himself in everybody's conversations.
Sure.
But put him on a little nitrous, whatever the hell it is they gave him, whatever the knockout is, and he is a freak. So anyway, good times at the Johnson house yesterday. But with all this going on, for some reason, pops into my head because the Wachowskis, they delayed their next movie. Your Jupiter, Jupiter, is it Jupiter Rising? Is it Jupiter?
Oh yeah, right. I remember
Jupiter Ascending.
That or something.
That's
right.
it. Jupiter Ascending, which seems cool, and it seems like, hey, look at the Wachowskis there with the brother and the now sister. Used to be brothers. Look at them. They're gonna come out here and they're gonna take the world by storm. And it hit me. I don't think I've liked much they've done since The Matrix. Can you name something, including the Matrix sequels, that were any good? Since
I actually, and I've been probably not a, this is probably not a common thing, but I kind of like Cloud Atlas. Actually.
Interesting. Just haven't seen it yet, so I can't.
It was kind of fun. I mean, there was a very creative spark there, and seeing all these same actors, and then in this scene or in this time period, they're different, but they're the same actors, but they're different characters, and I kind of hate to say it, I kind of enjoyed that.
All right.
This wasn't. Now, when was this supposed to come out?
This is supposed to come out in July. It has now been pushed to 2015, February of 2015.
And God's Moneybags paid 13 points for it in the Night Attack movie draft.
Yep, and it was going to be many thought the dark horse, like, going to seriously be awesome moneymaker. And now what's Father Balthazar going to do? It's not Balthazar.
No, but that's a great name. We're actually in the second place behind Team Daily Tech News Show.
I know we are.
Thanks to
our Godzilla
neighbors and Godzilla.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
those are the tricks. I mean, the big stuff is yet to come. The big unknown for everybody is Transformers. There,
right? Exactly.
The dinosaurs,
which
the Dinobots
would have.
Yeah, you know the problem the Dinobots in that movie are going to be. I know we're all over the map here, but I want to make this clear.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of the Dinobots, but remind me, Brian, were not the Dinobots kind of sentient and talkative? They were like smart dudes. They were like Transformers, just looked like dinosaurs. Am I right?
I never saw any of those.
Oh. I'm not sure if that makes you lame for not seeing them or me a complete nerd for seeing them.
It makes me lame for not seeing them. I never got into the Transformers when I was a kid.
But then again, I'm bringing this up as if I know, but I don't really remember. Were they kind of prehistoric and what's the word I'm looking for? Not basic. Were they
another J. Martin says no, they were not smart.
They were not smart.
They were not smart.
They needed the other Transformers to make it go.
Make it go.
So in the movie when they're portraying Optimus Prime riding into town on atop a T-Rex Dinobot, I assume that's in keeping with the deal. It says here, R Sharp says the Dinobots were sentient, but they were the dumbest Transformers of the bunch. So so if they were a little bit more crude and primeval, I get it. The Packlet Transformers. Say what?
So Zalazi asks, have we seen Bound, the movie that the Wachowskis made before The Matrix? It's really good.
I did.
Is that the one with Jennifer Tilly and Robert Downey Jr.?
No, I don't think he's in it, but Joey Pants is in it. And
Joey Pantoliano. Yeah, that's right.
And the other girl was there's that super controversial sort of lesbian
Gina Gershon,
scene.
Right?
Gina Gershon, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, I did see that, and I actually really enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's a good movie, but it's, again, we're talking post-Matrix here. And
no, that was pre-Matrix.
No, that's what I mean. So I'm saying this argument that nothing's been good since is all since Matrix. So I was looking at the stuff I'd seen.
See what you think about Cloud Atlas.
All right, I'll watch that finally.
And they were, I mean, they were writers for some stuff that actually wasn't too bad. V for Vendetta was really good.
Oh yeah, they did. They were producers and did some writing on that, right?
Right.
Directorially speaking, though, like we got Speed Racer. That wasn't good.
No. A bunch of Matrix other stuff that weren't the sequels, like Matrix Path of Neo. Oh, that was a video game.
You know what? They make a good. I'm sorry, I'm reading ahead there. They made a really good comparison on this article of. Oh, that's interesting.
It's really
this writer assumed.
And we can't say the Wachowski brothers anymore. We have to say the Wachowski.
Sorry, the Wachowski siblings. Right.
Yes.
That must be the. It's hard on the. Okay, look, the sister used to be the brother.
Yeah.
It's hard on him. It's a life change. It's incredibly a ton amount of heat from bigots and losers and people who don't understand and whatever. Like you feel for that guy, but no one ever talks about the bald one. No one ever talks about how hard this must have been for him.
Right.
I mean, look at it this way. Yes, you're not the one with the gender identity issue or the all this kind of stuff. And it's hard and it's hard to understand and whatever. And he's been incredibly supportive and they've just still worked together creatively and all this stuff's great. But no one ever asks him how he's doing.
Well, I'm sure it wasn't out of nowhere. I mean, he had to be aware that that Lawrence, Lana was going through this, Larry, as they were growing up together, and kind of saw, all right, yeah, you are struggling with your your gender identity, and I support you and whatever you want to do. I don't think it was like, oh, by the way, look at me, I'm a girl now.
Well, true. You're sure. You're right. I'm sure it was a slow burn.
I don't think he had
Didn't spring
to deal
it on
with
him.
it all at once, I guess is what I'm
It didn't
saying.
spring it on him. Hey, I know we're working on this third terrible Matrix movie, but I got something to tell you.
By the way, you know see that chick over there that looks like Run Lola Run? That's your brother.
Exactly. But he doesn't. You just
Don't
never
hit on her.
You just never hear from that guy. Like, all the spotlight is on this other thing for both negative and positive reaction, and he's just over in the corner going, I'd really like just to make a movie now. If everyone's okay with that, I just want to make a movie. I just want to shave my head and make a movie. Anyway, so there's that. By the way, this article incorrectly assumes that V for Vendetta was directed by them, and it's not. So
No, written but not directed.
yeah. So way to go, idiot article in Entertainment Weekly. Anyway, so there's that. And I was just thinking about it. Just came to mind, and I'm sad this movie got bumped, and nobody's exactly sure why. I mean, maybe something was wrong, and they got to go back and tweak it. They did that. There was a lot of talk about that with Cloud Atlas as well. I keep hearing Cloud Atlas is a hell of a book to read, but
yeah, that's what somebody in the Tadpole said too.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a beast though. Like, you got to be at a place in your life where you can give it full focus. Like, it's a monster of a book. And hard to track if you're just casually reading it. I'm not sure my brain can do it right now.
No, not until after July, right?
Or even ever. Because I got, with as much input as I have right now, with everything I do, I don't know how I'd even have time to fart in the day. Let alone read a tome as thick as that. Anyway, so there's that. That's a fun thing to talk about.
Gaseous dog down here, so I'm lighting some candles.
You know, big dogs are farting dogs, aren't they?
They really are, man.
That's what they do.
It's like, wow.
So I'm about to kill mine. You want to know why?
Oh, no, why?
I'm not really going to kill her, but
I know.
I love my dog, but she's gone through this problem since we moved here, and it's common with their breed. She's very, very territorial. She always has been. And even the hint that there are other dogs in the universe sets her aflame. And she can't deal with it. And when you move into a new place and it's all unknown and you're hearing barks that you've never heard and all this stuff, she has decided, and we didn't know this, but she has been marking her territory in a very specific part of the basement every day. And
oh, no, really?
Yeah, and it's not like she's peeing. We walk her, she's peeing and pooping outside tons. It's not like a big pee spot. They're little, tiny, I'm going to mark this, I'm going to mark that, because if any dogs come around here, damn it, this is my stuff, right? That's the tone of it. And we just figured it out, and I was so mad. It's like, gosh dang it. Rent a carpet thing. Hurry, a stat.
Yes.
I want to play board games down here, and I don't want to suddenly go, what's that smell? It's not that bad yet, but it's bad enough for me to go, all right, damn it, that's it. What are we doing
And
here?
as a house owner, you get even more paranoid. It's like, I don't even want somebody down in the house.
No, you hate it. You don't even know if it's not even, again, it's not strong enough to even notice yet. It's kind of in that cubby hole thing at the basement thing, but
Right.
But I'm still just irritated with her because I know why she's doing it. She's doing it because the same reason yesterday, she goes out and she sees this giant mastiff, right? Who doesn't care a thing about her. To him, she was just a flea. And he just moping around somebody's yard, doing his dog thing, right? And Daisy sees it and goes, just completely loses it, and then proceeds to run around in a radius of about 15 feet of me, peeing on every possible thing she can find.
Oh, no, really?
It's like, I gotta hurry up and mark everything. Mark it.
Oh, my God. So it is like a paranoia of like,
yes,
I gotta claim what's mine.
Yes.
It's getting taken away.
And I think part of it is because she's getting old,
Yeah.
and they get worse. Like other dogs, they get sweet and slow. Not the Shih Tzus. There's a reason they put the shit in the Shih Tzu. She is a cranky old lady, but I really like her, and I would never. I cannot imagine my life without her. I mean, this is the closest I've ever been to any dog, but it's pissing me off, and I've had it.
Oh God,
So
that would
lame, right?
That would be it. Yeah.
Well, here's how I'm going to deal with it. I'm going to call Daryl. We're going to play Star Trek.
I can think of no better way to deal with it.
It's a palate cleanser.
To
right?
bring a Trek nerd into the situation.
Exactly. So let's do it. Here's his theme right about here. It's Stump a Trek Nerd, and it's brought to you by
Ever wonder what aspiring video game characters do before they're cast in games? Join Iggy, Frogdoor, and Melody as they pursue their dreams while trying to survive day-to-day life in 8-Bit Adventures, a comic about life, love, gaming, and pie cake. Check it out at 8-bitadventures.com or patreon.com/8bitadventures.
Lovely. Sounds nice.
It does sound nice. It sounds like a kind of like along the same line as Wreck-It Ralph, getting to see what these characters are like outside of the video game. I really like that idea.
I do too. Although Wreck-It Ralph
have them go on auditions for video games or something.
Yeah, it's a great idea. Wreck-It Ralph pissed me off though, because it didn't spend enough time in the retro world. It spent too much time in that Candy Land. The Candy Racer game.
Right.
I really just wanted them to be like, oh, hey, here we are in Pac-Man, or oh, I found myself in Burger Time. Yeah. I guess that says more about me and what I adhere to in classic gaming than anything else, but still.
This says what the movie that you would have made would have been like.
Yep, that's what I would have done. Daryl would have played the part of Ralph. Hey, Wreck-It Ralph, what's going on?
I think what was I going to say? Oh, I forgot.
Oh, wow, that was fast.
Oh, this is starting out really wonderfully, isn't it?
It's all right, man. Don't worry about it.
I know what it was.
Who in the Tadpool had 18 seconds?
Take a drink. What were we going to say?
Oh, jeez.
Still can't remember.
It came back in the... Oh. Yeah, I think how it worked was probably they only got 30 seconds per character. You are licensed to use Pac-Man for 30 seconds. Then you have to cut it off.
I wondered that, actually. I think you're totally right. And they were super brief. And I noticed they had a couple of real big ones, like Donkey Kong was on that screen for a while. Or not Donkey Kong, Bowser. And I feel like they paid more to Nintendo to get a real iconic character out there for a bit. But then, like when you saw Sonic or Pac-Man briefly or any of those, it was like blip and you were over it. So yeah, you're probably right. Daryl, this is you. I don't remember what you were laughing at though. Isn't that great, though? That's me at the end, though. Or at the top. What do you think I'm saying? What am I saying there? Can you tell?
Introducing the Spice Girls.
Let me try it again. I can't do it. Daryl's the Trek nerd. He comes on the show and does Star Trek trivia, and it's Thursday, so why the hell not? Daryl, it's time for you to answer this question. It is an original series episode. It is Shore Leave. And it goes like this. In this episode, the crew goes to a planet for some much-needed rest and relaxation, or as some call it, R&R. On this pianet, he wrote, a crew member finds a gun and sharts shooting it. He wrote sharts. He sharts shooting it.
Oh, that's because it went off. He wasn't expecting the loud noise it was
going to make. No. Pistols in the air, he says. Which crew member finds the gun in the episode in the first place? Was it A, Scotty, B, Dr. McCoy, C, Sulu, or D, Chekhov? Scotty, McCoy, Sulu, Chekhov, one of those guys found a gun. They will take the gun. And while you think about it, here's this.
Are you hungry?
Aren't you hungry?
What's a foodie?
Let's play What's a Foodie again. We have more taffy, I guess. Right? I got another box of something, but I don't think it's food.
Yeah, I'd say you can open that because I haven't gotten anything else.
Yeah, it's over there and I can't reach it, so I'm going to do it later. But
today's color is...
Yeah.
We are trying to help you.
I don't want your kind of help.
Then I will have to take the gun.
All right, sorry.
Orange and yellow, it looks like, or pink and yellow.
Oh, that's good.
Let me unwrap it and I'll be able to tell if it's orange or pink.
Let me unwrap it.
Mine is like a blood red mixed up, like Klingon and human blood mixed together.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
what color is Klingon blood? Is it
purple?
Blue?
It's like Pepto-Bismol.
Oh, pink. Right, that's right. Oh, yeah, I should remember from that...
Star Trek 6, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, and they're floating around in the low gravity with blood. It was terrible CGI. It was awful CGI. Like, if you go back and look at it now, you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's lawnmower man business there. It's real bad.
So this is orange and yellow. I'm going to guess it's like a peach of some sort.
Peach of some sort. Mine is a lemon and yellow, or sorry, a yellow and green. If I was to guess, I'm going to say this is like key lime or something. I don't know. We're going to try it. Here we go. Every day I'm shuffling, man. That's good.
Ooh. This is extra gooey. More gooey than the last few.
Well, that's what you're laughing at, Jojo. I said you were masticating loudly, and you went,
How nicely
Whoops.
it corners on a country road.
that's not it. Oh, there you go. You laughed at it yesterday. That's what it was. All right, I got it. Yeah, these are gooier today. They're like humid or something. Maybe I should be putting these back in the bag.
This is cherry and
Try Cool
else.
Place.
It's cherry and snails?
Cherry and something else. But not snails.
Somebody capture that weird laugh just then, please. I'll use that in the future. All right, well, I enjoyed that quite a bit. So let's move on to birthdays and someone who is celebrating one in Star Trek world.
That would be, on Saturday it will be Carl Urban. He'll be 42.
Yeah. What?
Oh.
I thought he was older than me. Damn it.
And I guess not.
All right. Ah, that sucks. Let's see. So that means when he did Lord of the Rings, he was in his young 30s. Not even that. Hold on. Was he in his 20s still? Hold on. It's going to bug me.
Okay.
Carl Urban. You're right about the age. Let's see here. Not that I didn't believe you, but, whatever. Here we go. But Lord of the Rings, that was 2002. No, I'm sorry, 2001 for the first one, right? Wait. Oh, no, he wasn't in that. He was Two Towers. So 2002. Let's go back. That's 13 years ago, right? No, 12 years ago. So that's, and he's 42 now, so that's 10 and then another 2, so he would have been 29 or 28 or something?
Well,
I thought he was older than me.
Hey, feel good because our shows lasted longer than Almost Human.
Yeah, good point. Ooh, that makes me sad, though. I liked Almost Human a lot.
I did too.
That makes me sad. He's got other things in the works here. We got The Loft and The Wonder. All the movies are coming. That's good. Excited about those. All right, Daryl. Happy birthday to him. He's the big one, though, right? We don't have anybody else who we care about except him right now.
Well, there's the guy that played Gary Seven. He's having a birthday today.
How old
but
is he?
He's not around anymore.
Oh, how old would he have been?
I'm not sure. Probably 80-something.
Oh, that's too young. Did you guys hear about the Navajo, the Wind Talker, 19 or so Navajo code talker dudes that in World War II that helped encrypt in the Navajo language all the American secrets and stuff during World War II? Do you guys know about that? There was that movie about it. John Woo made called Wind Talkers, I think. It had Cage in it and some other dude. Anyway.
I remember the existence of that movie, yeah.
Yeah, it's a huge deal. And historically speaking, it's a huge deal. These guys basically made it so the Germans had no idea what the hell we were talking about. And the very last one died today.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was 92, died today. So that's sad. Anyway, that's a really cool story. If you ever want to just go read up on a Wikipedia or something, just look up Wind Talkers and you'll be amazed by that story. It's really cool. I'm on a World War II kick right now. I don't know what's going on with me. You know what it is? Today's D-Day, right? Or tomorrow is the anniversary of D-Day? Where we hit
It is, yeah. Tomorrow's also the anniversary of Brian Got Married Day.
How many of your states got named after one of the beaches in D-Day? Or the other way around? Huh? How many? There's a Utah Beach, baby.
Wow.
There's Utah Beach, Normandy, or not Normandy.
Omaha?
Oh, I guess Omaha, but that's not a state.
That's not a state, yeah.
That's a mutual. That's a mutual love. What's another one they did? I can't think of all the beaches all of a sudden. There's Omaha. What's the big one? There's a big one. Is it Omaha Beach? Maybe that's the one I'm thinking of. But anyway, Utah Beach is a big deal. That's a big deal. Named after Utah. Take that, suckers. Okay, moving back to where we are. Daryl, on this question, it's been posed to you about shore leave. Someone had a gun. They found it. Was it Scotty, Dr. McCoy, Sulu, or Chekhov? Scotty's got a gun. Things like that.
Well, I think I know, but now I'm still. Now who got married? Somebody
got married.
What Brian? Brian got married?
I got married 22 years ago.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Today?
We were talking about D-Day. No, you said tomorrow's the anniversary of D-Day, and I said it's also my wedding anniversary.
I ran over it because I was so excited about Utah Beach. That's amazing, dude. Congratulations. Yes, Holy crap. 22. Yeah. Hold on here.
22 years.
What year was that?
92.
90, same as me. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, am I? Yeah, I guess I hit that too this year. Yeah, it'll be 22 for me in August. Weird. Wait, August,
Congrats.
September, whenever it is. I better find
Well,
out.
you got a couple months to get that straight.
I'll figure it out. Yeah, grats. That's we're a rare breed. I got to tell you,
right.
there are not a lot of people who do this anymore. They give up and they go buy a Porsche and look for hot tail, as the kids would say.
That's right.
We're not down with that.
Just Nick who said that.
Right. All right, Daryl. Sorry. Back to the question. Scotty, McCoy, Sulu, Chekhov. Who had the gun? Chekhov's got a gun.
Let's see.
Dear.
I'm gonna say.
Oh, that was the worst time for those guys. Right, Brian? Come on.
Aerosmith.
Yeah.
It was.
That Jamie's got a gun, loving an elevator period.
I'm totally with you. There's a friend of mine who disagrees with me, and I say, "Come on, dude, Sweet Emotion, the original Walk This Way, not the Run DMC Walk This Way, but the Alone Aerosmith Walk This Way."
Yeah. The old stuff is so
Train
good.
kept a rolling. Oh man, such a
amazing rock and roll. And then they totally pulled it's basically like it's like Chicago or
right. It was a pop, right, infusion of pop, or I don't want to say a selling out, but
I will. It was that was a Starship period for them, is what it felt like to me. It's like, whoa, hold on, who are you?
An elevator is there, built this city on rock and roll.
Kind of. It's terrible. All that stuff is bad. That whole era. Anyway, just go listen to Sweet Emotion and be reminded how rad they used to be.
Oh man, they used to be so good.
Anyway, sorry, Daryl.
Okay.
And he's on American Idol. Anyway, go ahead.
I can almost remember the name of the gun, and I think this was a question before. It was a Colt.
I remember that too. Yeah, what brand it was or something.
Yeah, a Colt or something.
Yeah.
And I think it was Sulu that found it.
Could have been. You want me to find out? I can ask. Hey,
yeah,
hey,
I think we'll ask.
Hey, judges, is it Sulu?
Congratulations!
Yeah, it's Sulu.
You're a winner.
He finds the gun, shoots it in the air. Kirk asks Sulu where he got the gun. Where did you get the gun? And this is what he said.
What do you think you're doing? Target shooting, Captain. Isn't it a beauty? Haven't got anything like this in my collection. Where did you get it, Mr. Sulu? I found it. I know it's a crazy coincidence, but I've always wanted one like this. Found it lying right over there. An old-time police special. And in beautiful condition. Hasn't been one like this made in, a couple centuries.
You know, say what you want about George Takei. I think he's cool. I like him. Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a very good actor. He never was. Name a time he was like blowing your mind with his acting. You can't do it.
Right.
It's not there.
No, you're not wrong.
It didn't exist. You know, we love these guys for different reasons. You know,
he was in the Green Berets with John. What's his name?
Wayne
Ratzenberger.
Yeah. You know, we got to get these Germans.
Of course, actually, the Greens, the Berets were actually originally supposed to be red, but.
Okay, I would watch that movie. I would watch the hell out of that movie.
It was actually originally supposed to be green bowlers.
But it looks stupid.
Yeah, the Berets were a little easier to pack then, homie.
All right, so congratulations. Perfect week complete. You've nailed it. Nailed it. Next week, you get a chance to try it all over again. Daryl's the Trek Nerd on Twitter. ThisWeekinTrek.com also has him as a host as well as the Grumpy Cast. We will now launch into something Daryl calls what?
Oh, let's see. What will we do this time? How about a Star Trek plant or an actual plant?
Okay. Let's have a theme for it. Here we go.
What do you think, Meat and Potato Man?
There you go. Meat and Potato Man. All right, go.
Phalosian.
Phalosian?
Phalosian. God, that sounds Star Trekky, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But maybe not even a plant, just like a race.
The Thalosians have decided not to come to the Intergalactic Conference. It's like a sentence you know you've heard in that show.
Thalosian with a TH at the beginning, right?
Yeah, I'm going to say Thalosian. Is
PH.
Oh, PH. Phalosian.
Oh, Phalosian?
PHY, actually.
Oh, really? Oh, hold on.
Hold on a minute. Back that truck up. Beep, beep, beep.
Oh, see that? I'm going to switch my leaning towards real plant.
Yeah, I share your leanings because that sounds like a way you wouldn't spell it in sci-fi because it would be too highbrow.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they need that stuff to stay simple. So I'm gonna say real.
Real plant.
Yeah. What do you say, Daryl?
They are the sentient plant men from an animated episode.
Like we'd ever know that watching that thing. You ever seen that? I've never seen that.
Right.
All right, we're doing something a little different today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're adding.
I know what we're doing.
Justin Robert Young to the call.
We didn't even tease this in the beginning.
No, we didn't. I think we teased it yesterday, but
we did. Yeah.
We got a chance to do the news with an old pal. Someone
we haven't heard from in a really, really long time.
In about an entire week. So here's the intro.
Television highlights of the news of yesteryear.
It's the news brought to you by
Bob, Ryan, and Lou would like to thank Scott for guesting on episode 62 of Zombies Ate My Podcast to discuss season 4 of The Walking Dead. Also, we'd like to apologize for that really bad Bazooka Joe zombie joke. Check it out at zombiesatemypodcast.com.
I had a really good time with those guys. It was so much fun talking about zombies and about that show and stuff.
Oh, sure.
Speaking of zombies, we have on the line with us one Justin Robert Young, was not here Tuesday, is here today. And we couldn't be happier to have him with us for the news and celebrity poop segments today. How's it going, Justin?
Man, you got a real sweet racket there, Scott.
How's
that? You just go, oh, I'm going to appear on your podcast. And then, if you just buy an ad on my show, it'd be real nice.
Well, in this case, a little bit of hooch goes along. Or I don't know what I'm saying. They did it all on their own. They did it all on their own, which was nice.
A likely story.
Yeah, sure. People can only believe me so many times before the thing starts to unravel. So you are where now? You're in a place. Where are you?
Charlotte, North Carolina.
In Hawaii. The Hawaii bit is this weekend, right?
So here's my Saturday. My Saturday, I wake up in Charlotte. I get on a plane, fly to San Francisco, stay at the airport, and met there by Ashley with more bags, and I go to Hawaii. I will wake up in Charlotte and go to sleep in Maui due to the magic of time zones.
Weird. Wow. That's pretty weird. But exciting because not only is that it's a work thing, but you've been able to finagle it into a kind of a rad getaway.
Yeah, no kidding. Do you get some extra time there after the Go game stuff is wrapped up?
Yes and no. That's the reason why we're leaving on Saturday is to get a little bit of time in, to get a full day Sunday, the event's Monday, and then we leave Tuesday. So we'll have a nice little night on Saturday night, hopefully, and then some prep day Sunday. But it's a game that isn't like a traditional one. It's a lot of pre-prep. So hopefully we'll actually be able to fart around on the beach on Sunday.
All right, we'll give you $10 if you go to the BYU Hawaii campus and yell Utah sucks at the top of your lungs. I think you should do that.
And you just yell Kearns rules.
Yeah, Kearns is awesome, says Robert Herbert Young.
Exactly. Straight out of Kearns. Crazy other comfort name Robert.
Yeah, exactly. So
bummer. And since you're not at your usual studio, we can't get a video of you to see Beard Watch 2014.
Oh, yeah, the beard. How is the beard?
Well, since we're on Thursday and not Tuesday, everybody can go ahead and download the new episode of Night Attack to check the status of the beard. Spoiler alert, it's only gotten weirder.
Yeah, I imagine.
It continues to just get weird. And by the way, has drawn a new enemy in Gloria Young. My mom.
Wow.
My mom let loose a obscenity-laced tirade against my beard in a passionate phone call this Sunday.
Wow.
Wherein the phrase "shave your f-wording face, you look like an f-wording mountain man" was said directly from the sweet lips of dear Gloria Young.
Wow, your mom, well, it explains a lot, is all I'm saying. That's fantastic.
To be fair, she doesn't usually. It's not like she's Joe Pesci in general. But when she does get passionate about something, she's not shy.
Yeah. Well, that's great. I think you should keep it up though. That beard's starting to grow its own beard, and I want to see where it ends up. I want to see this in July.
I'm in a point now where my hair's long enough that I have to kind of put a product of some kind, like a pomade, into it. If I don't want it to look just ridiculous.
Yeah.
So now it's the hair is kind of equidistant on either end of my face. Like it's growing from both poles equally.
You got just a little chia face in the middle. You can tell where the.
Yeah, I just have a very, you know. It is. My face is the Oreo filling in between two hair crispy crackers.
When you're picking that stuff up, when you're buying at the store, do you go, "I don't want fluff. I'm a Dapper Dan man."
Yeah.
Yeah. You should.
Well, ain't this a geographical curiosity? 3 days from everything.
I love that movie.
That's great. Yeah. Hey, real quick movie stuff. Number one, that article. Number one. I think the reason why many suspect Jupiter Ascending got moved is in the parlance of Mike Myers' SNL sketches. It's not Scottish. It doesn't look good, and I think the idea is if it sucks, then it can still make money in February as just a Channing Tatum movie, you know, amongst other stuff.
What is their deal? Why can they not get the capture in the bottle?
I'm actually with Brian. That Cloud Atlas is good. I really enjoyed Cloud Atlas, but I've been really down on them. And I actually was having this conversation with Andrew Main last night. I don't know if there's a film franchise in history that squandered more potential than The Matrix.
Yeah.
You know, like I was like super pumped to see Matrix sequels, and like they have completely, like, normally I'm like, oh yeah, no, keep making sequels, like, you know, don't worry, like even if they suck, you still have the original movie. And I still, you know, The Matrix is still a really awesome movie, but it's like it certainly damaged that.
It hurts it. It's like for me, it's not quite the same because I didn't have as much expectation or interest in sequels, but you know, Pirates of the Caribbean 1 was a really fun movie and really well paced and structured well, and they kind of nailed it. And then those sequels are abysmal. They're just horrible.
What? That's a good. Like me and Andrew couldn't think of another movie that had like a great first movie and then just like thunderingly sucky sequels.
Oh, see, I would have said Highlander for that.
Yeah, Highlander's pretty good that way too.
Highlander's pretty good. But you want to know what? Like people still think fairly fondly of Highlander. Like I mean, like the sequels might not be good, but I guess maybe the expectation wasn't quite there. And I think the Pirates movies would fall right into that. You know, it's like we got a swashbuckling Johnny Depp, you know, minces around and hits some people with a sword, and Keira Knightley has a bodice on, and you know, Bliss is running around and asking why.
Gareth from The Office, his eye keeps popping out. It's good.
Gareth from The Office is great. Jeffrey Rush is playing, you know, just Jeffrey Rush in real life.
He's fantastic in it. Yeah, he's great.
And then like the other movies, it's not like they were bad; they were just boring. I mean,
Oh,
the Cardinals
so boring. The last one, that At World's End one, is the most boring slog of a movie I ever sat through. I hated it.
Oh, I don't know. The second one, Dead Man's Chest, where they do like the 45-minute like Johnny Depp is. Oh no, wait, no, maybe that was the third one where he's dead.
The third one, yes. With
the third one's where he's dead.
Little mental freak out at the beginning.
And he wakes up in like the salt flats or something. And
yeah,
that's the one.
Oh my god,
it was real bad. That's the one you want to really hate.
That's a 90-minute sequence. It's its own movie.
At least Dead Man's Chest had Bill Nighy.
Yes,
and he elevates anything he's in.
Even covered in CGI makeup, he elevated it. I agree. Right. Yeah, he was great.
Oh god! But then they had like that one scene where they played the dice game that nobody knows the rules to, and kept, like acting like everyone thought it was like, you know, Texas Hold'em poker. And it's like, oh, you rolled 4 barnacles, like, oh, and they like pan out like everyone knows what the hell this game is.
Oh, you know, but it's a game of 4 barnacles. That's what they call it. Connect 4 barnacles. That's what it's called.
There are 4 barnacles.
That's fantastic. Well, let's launch into the news here. A couple things to just tear through, and Justin will hang out with us. We'll have a little commentary back and forth. It's the way we like it. So here we go.
Hold on. Sorry, I knew what I was gonna say. The V for Vendetta. The reason why that article probably listed them as the directors for it was because it was widely rumored that they did direct it, and that they put their longtime cinematographer officially listed as the director because it was in the middle of the Wachowskis siblings transition, and they didn't want to do press to support them.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, there's always some weird story behind things like this. And that I believe that. I could see that.
But he was the guy who directed it was their longtime cinematographer, and they were on set every day, and it looks like a Wachowski movie, and allegedly that was what the deal was.
Well, then I take back my comment that I've not seen any good Wachowski movies since The Matrix, because I really, really liked V for Vendetta. So there
we go.
We fixed it all in one fell swoop. So when you go to Hawaii, beware of this. Bottles of snakes found in a Waikiki library dumpster.
Don't you know you're supposed to recycle?
This is just in. Oh, yeah, I know, right? You never know what you're going to find in a Waikiki dumpster. Sometime last week, somebody tucked 4 bottles of wine containing dead cobras, geckos, and seahorses into the Waikiki public library. Custodian found them under stacks of old bus routes. This is a weird story.
Wow, it's so oddly specific.
Right, the bus
dead
route
cobras,
part.
geckos, and seahorses under stacks of old bus routes.
On this episode of Hoarders. As soon as the custodian told me, I figured out there was something wrong because I know the snake is illegal in Hawaii no matter what, says Poporian Malakuka Sakar Kakaran. Look at that name, Brian.
Yeah,
Man.
no kidding. That's
Pretty sure I got it right.
That's a 5 on the Squarini scale.
Pretty sure I got that one right.
Squeery.
Let's see. You got your... he's a library security guard and a very difficult man to yell at because you have to say his full name. The bottles of dead reptiles were labeled as snake wine, a real specialty of Vietnam. It said on the label. It looked like someone had opened and sampled them before they threw them out. People drink it to combat hair loss or boost virility.
What in the poop?
It's almost like a Weird Things article, dude. This is what this sounds like.
All right. Okay. So.
Yes. Oh, did we lose him?
Oh, the hotel Wi-Fi just went out.
Oh, no. That's not good. I bet he got a call. That sounded like a call came in.
We give him a second to take a deep breath before a rant. I think
he'll be back. So, I hate being held hostage like this by the word so. We'll keep drinking it. People drink it to combat that stuff. The instructions on the bottle also said, quote, take twice daily, each a small cup before a meal for rheumatism, lumbago, and quote, sweat of limbs.
Sweat of limbs.
That's crazy. I love old-timey diseases.
Sweat of limbs.
I've got sweat of limbs and Cochrane's butt or whatever. I love that stuff.
Yeah, that Cochrane's butt, man. That's
I know,
great.
right? Did you get a phone call? Is that what happened there?
Oh, I swear to God. It's like the one thing. Like, just give me the option.
Yeah.
Why can't I have the option?
Yeah.
Right.
Just let me decline the call.
Yeah.
Instead of
no big deal. Hey, you're in an app. Actually, that's funny you should say that. Somebody said part of those extension updates this week that they announced on stage include this.
Oh, really?
This interfere with call stuff. So like core phone functions, you can have apps sort of override it and say, no, I don't want to do that right now or whatever.
That's cool.
That is delightful.
Now the question is, will Microsoft give 2 shits and a bag of cheese and change it? And I don't know the answer to that.
Well, I mean, Skype still is its own division company within Skype. So like they are still developing their stuff there. And that's the thing is like, you know, since we do with the Go Gaming, we do work for all of these companies, Apple, Microsoft, and Google. Yeah. And you know, there's always this you know, kind of delicate dance of like what kind of products you're going to use when you're working with the tech companies. Mm-hmm. And it's like, you know, my point has always been, hey, listen, I know Microsoft doesn't like Apple, but at least like they make like there are people on this Microsoft campus that are developing for Apple. Like that's their job, is to develop on, you know, Mac platforms, Mac and iOS platforms. Nobody is doing anything on Google platforms because nobody makes any money on it.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Google has spent their entire lifetime trying to develop products to erode the profitability of Microsoft.
Yeah. Yeah, this is all true. But anyway, I don't know what they're going to do. The point is this. Snakes in a bottle, Cochrane's butt. What are you going to do? What do you think's going on here?
So all right, so snake wine is a thing?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, in Vietnam, it's supposed to fix all these ails, and it's basically it's snake oil for a new generation.
It really is. Yeah, literally. Cures what ails ya.
I'll tell you, like, everything that gets awkward when they're like somebody from Vietnam will like watch some old-timey American programming, and they're like, oh, snake oil. Everybody's laughing at that. Like it's a thing where somebody's like obviously ripping them off.
Yeah.
Man, here I got stuck with this Costco helping of snake wine.
Yeah, well, I hope nobody dies. That's the main thing.
No.
Yeah.
So, all right. So this isn't like somebody constructed a bunch of snakes and geckos like a ship in a bottle, right? And then threw it away. This is like a thing that maybe some people drained all the liquid out of this snake wine and just left the snakes.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me. And the fact that they're in a dumpster.
So it's not like tequila where you're supposed to eat the snake after you finish the wine, right?
Right. I don't think that's a... Imagine a world where that was what you had to drink at the bottom. You can eat the snake? You're in Tijuana. Come on, eat the snake. Yeah, that's not good. Go to a donkey show after. Hey, look at this whole part of the show brought to you by HelloFresh at HelloFresh.com. HelloFresh.com delivering fantastic recipes straight to your door in the form of exact farm fresh ingredients. You don't have to worry about it. If you're in the area of delivery, boom, they're yours. 30 minutes or less and you're in. It's inexpensive, even more so if this is your first time, because we're going to give you 50% off. Use the code MorningStream at checkout when you go to HelloFresh.com. Do check them out today, won't you?
If communists have attempted to inject their propaganda into the motion picture, they have failed miserably.
It's Celebrity Poop brought to you by...
No reason at all. Just wanted to give Brian something to read since there seems to be a shortage of sponsors.
Oh, yeah, because the other day we had none. Remember that?
I got another one, too, that we need to wedge in.
Oh, go ahead.
A real one.
Do it here. What is it?
All right. It is your opportunity to join the goofballs like us on stage for the Frog Pants All-Stars. A couple seats still available to join a team for the Frog Pants All-Stars game. Visit tiny.cc/frogstars to find out more.
Nice. Not the Justin and I... who's our other person?
Patrick.
Oh, yeah.
Justin and Patrick.
Not that we need any help. We're going to freaking...
So wait, how is that? So that's our team?
Our team is you, me, and Patrick Beja.
As well as a fan from the audience.
Some fan in the audience. We got this, dude. We got this.
Dude, come on. Join the winning team, baby.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, you have the chance to be matched up with the winning team. Because you don't get to choose which team you want to be on.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, somebody's going to join the winning team.
Exactly.
They're gonna ride this Cadillac to glory.
Yeah, we got this. I'm not worried at all about us and our chances.
I don't want to give away too much, but there will be questions related to geeky subjects.
What?
Yeah.
I wasn't ready for this. Hold on, Justin. We need to have a powwow after the episode. Hang around.
I hope also, and this was unannounced, they are all going to be in the French language.
Oh, Patrick. Thank goodness.
Giving us a tremendous natural advantage.
Fly.
Listen, before Patrick signed on officially, I actually did have a video round where you had to watch the original French versions of movies that were redone for American audiences. Like 3 Men and a Baby.
Oh, but you couldn't give him an unfair advantage.
And things like that.
Yeah.
That would give him way too much of it.
That's too bad you didn't go ahead and just go with your gut there and just
maybe
keep
next year. Who knows?
All right. Well, hopefully he's here next year too. We love Patrick, man. Oh man, Patrick.
Yeah. Oh, I can't.
One of my favorite people in the world. All right. Here's what you got in your celebrity news. Justin Bieber sings the N-word and jokes about the Ku Klux Klan on an old video. I'm going to play the clip here and we can talk about it. So here it is. So everyone's all in a rage about it. It's actually when he was a lot younger. It's when he had the helmet hair and I don't think his voice had quite cracked yet. He looked about 13, maybe 14. And here he is doing it. So the Belieber doing the N-word.
One less lonely nigga. One less lonely nigga.
Jeez.
One less lonely nigga.
Oh.
There's gonna be one less nigga.
Oh.
If I kill you, I'll be part of the KKK.
He's horrible, He's a horrible little man. I mean, he's 14, dude. I'm not defending him at all. He's a little douchebag, but if you're gonna, I mean, if he was doing this now, whatever. He's terrible. I'm done justifying it.
No, I don't. I mean, I will. All
right, go for it.
I always defend Bieber when I'm on this show.
You do. It's all right. That's why I use this. That's why I put this
article.
I
always wind up caping up for Bieber. It's just, and it's not about him. It's just more the general idea of like, is this funny to laugh at? And like, we can all feel like, oh man, what an asshole that guy is. Like, yeah, I get it. And like, if it's just like a thing in a moment, then I understand. But it's just like, is he terrible? Likely, right?
Yeah.
Like, fine, he probably is. Yeah. But at some point, it's like, fine. I think we get it. I think we all know, right? Like
Right.
at some point, but somewhere along the road between the escaping the Brazilian brothel and the videos, the constant flow of videos of him screaming the N-word, you got to assume he might not be the greatest person in the world, and probably hasn't been the greatest person in the world for a very long time. Because here's what troubles me more about this kind of stuff in terms of a character judgment for Justin Bieber.
Sure,
it's not the fact that he's saying it, because that is its own thing, but theoretically, a lot of dumb stuff happens when you're 14, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not excusing it, but it's like it is the trial and error that you learn that makes you the person that you are.
Yeah. I was terrible when I was 14. I'll admit it.
Sure. Yeah. Oh God, definitely.
Yeah.
I will admit that I probably said the N-word when I was 14.
Yeah, you probably did.
I did not have a lot of malice. I had no malice in my heart about it, but it was the understanding the power of that word kind of happens via trial and error.
Sure.
I would say.
Yeah, it seeps in later. You don't say it and go, oh my, what have I have said a thing that has so much tie. You're 14. You don't know. I'm still pissed I lost a quarter in the super sprint machine. What do I know? Yeah. I'm 14.
Here's what is more of a character judgment is that people are selling this stuff to TMZ now.
Yeah.
Because I'll bet you that there's probably videos and pictures of Channing Tatum saying dumb stuff when he was 14.
Yeah.
Yeah. And people aren't selling that because the people that are close to Channing Tatum probably think, oh wow, this would be really bad for my friend. Yeah. Whereas the people that are around Bieber, who have this, and these are people who probably knew him for a while, are like, man, you know who's a dick? Justin.
Yeah, no.
I can sell this for, $5,000 TMZ. Whatever. Bieber's a dick.
I suspect your assessment is a correct one. I think that he's just, whatever. When these things show up and they're this old, it does start to feel real smeary.
Well, that's the thing, though. This old. I mean, the kid it was only a year or two after this that he had his first big hit single, right? It was he was 15 or 16 when that all started to go
when it got real big, right? I want to say, I don't know enough. Yeah, I don't know if that was history. I know. So he started as this YouTube sensation kid, little kid. Yeah. And then there was a period there where everybody was fawning over him, but I don't think he really had a big, international, deal yet. And then that happened probably 15 or 16 when he was still praising Jesus.
Yeah.
And then now he praises the pipe, yo. Anyway, there's your Bieber news. And
don't worry, he's detrimental to his own career.
Yes, finally, we have in the news an exciting piece of business here. J.J. Abrams kind of inadvertently confirming, or maybe advertently confirming, that the Millennium Falcon was indeed leaked from the episode 7 set. And here's the thing. Duh. First of all, the people going, I don't want to be spoiled that the Millennium Falcon's in the new movie. Did you really think it wouldn't be? Right. It's episode 7.
You've got Han, you've got Peter Mayhew, you've got all these people. What, do you think they're going to be riding around on hoverboards or something?
Yeah, you expect somebody to walk in the room and see it parked in a hangar?
Drives a Mazda.
Right. Nobody's going to walk in that big old hangar and go, what do we have here? And notice suddenly it's there. Come on now. It's going to be a nice reveal because this movie, more and more, I'm certain every day that it's just going to be fan service up the butt. It's just going to be major fan service. And that's okay with me. I'm down with it. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. But all of these things are going to be, the Millennium Falcon, an X-Wing, cool stormtroopers, all the stuff we loved about the original movies, they're going to be on display here. And that's just the way it's going to be. So, JJ acting like, he sends out a note with a photo of a note saying, whoever's leaking these photos, quit doing it. But the note is laying on top of a new 3D chess set.
Exactly, the holographic chess set.
Yeah.
Yes, which is, I think this was a very deliberate nerd wink.
Right.
This was very specifically, because, the way it's written is I wish people would stop leaking photos from the set and propagating this ridiculous notion that the Millennium Falcon is in the movie. You know,
right?
Like it's written in a way that is like fucking, hey, look, like I can do this shit too, and I'll do it for free on Instagram. Who loves you, baby?
Yeah, it's a little bit of much ado about nothing. But yeah, of course it's going to be there.
I think it was great. And by the way, this is, go ahead and go to your favorite movie sites yesterday. This is my favorite game. Go to your favorite movie sites and find out who's got nerd cred.
Yeah.
Because there were a couple that I saw that's like, J.J. Abrams takes a stand against movie leaks.
Right, yes.
And it's like, all right. Well, now I know.
That is that's actually that's a fun way to play the internet, period, for me. Like how many times can, even when I'll do like a tweet where I'm clearly being as sarcastic as humanly possible in the tweet, it's very clear that I am.
Oh no, the internet is where sarcasm goes to die.
Yeah, it really does.
That's why. Listen, I have, like, you know, when people started doing the emoticons and the smiley faces and the winky faces and everything, like I was like, oh man, whatever. Like this is baby. It's a baby's toy. And then like you realize like you can't be sarcastic without throwing a smiley face at the end of it.
You have
right?
to do it. You have to.
Like,
there will be a percentage of people who think you're dead serious.
Well, I mean, like I could text both of you right after this show and be like, hey guys, that sucked. I'd never want to be on again.
Right.
Like, and if I don't throw a smiley face at the end of it, like even though we're friends and I could say that to you guys and you would laugh at it as a joke, like there would still be word like, oh crap, like is he pissed?
Right.
Like did something happen? Did I say something?
No, the emoticon
Like,
turns out to be crucial. It really does. It's
huge.
Yeah, it's enormous.
It's massive.
Yeah.
That's what J.J. Abrams should have done. He should have written a smiley face after the note. Somebody please Photoshop a smiley face at the end of it. Go help out old JJ.
I think I appreciated the subtlety of it, like being able to be as serious in the note as the note sounded and then have it on that chessboard and then test all of us as to whether or not we are noticing what the backdrop of that note was.
Well, that's the thing is at first I looked at it and I'm like, oh, look, I guess he's pissed off about the leaks. And then I'm like, what is that dartboard?
Right. Why is he taping this up to a dartboard with LED lights on it?
What's going on? So at least he's having fun with it. And, you know, did I ever feel like George almost said George Harrison. When George Lucas was having a good time while making these movies? I never got that impression. Of course, the internet was a different thing then. But I get the feeling of every photo he takes, every little short video he makes, every breath he takes, he seems to be thrilled. Seems to be having the time of his life. So I think that bodes well.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm so jacked. And the announcement of the directors they've been hiring for the standalone movies, the as yet unannounced, which I'm sure we'll get at Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Standalone movies. Gareth Edwards from Godzilla and Josh Trank of Chronicle. Very excited.
Yeah, that's who you tap for this. This one-off stuff needs, not radical, but you know what I mean, like young directors who grew up, you know, they were kids with this stuff and now can do something new. You don't want to go find your equivalent to, you know, you don't need Lawrence Kasdan doing it, although I guess he's writing episode 7. But you know what I mean. You don't need to find some old hat.
I mean. And you want someone who cares about it, who's going to be like, wait a minute, I get to make a Boba Fett movie?
Yeah.
Like, my dreams have come true.
Yeah, I just need to retcon that Sarlacc pit out of it, and you'll be fine. Everything will be good.
But yeah, that and Scott Derrickson that they announced as the director of Doctor Strange for Marvel, I think is a good choice too. Just, you know, young, hungry directors that are going to do really, really well working inside that system, and you know, really give a rat's butt.
Yeah, we're going to have one of these moments like we did with Marvel where we're all going to have to pinch ourselves and say, is this actually happening with Star Wars right now? Like, are we getting, like, constant great entertainment? I mean, it yet to be proved, but if they can pull it off the way they did with Marvel, we're going to be doing, you know, how the hell is there a great Captain America movie in existence? How is that even a thing?
Let alone 2.
Yeah, let alone 2 of them. Like, I can't wait till I feel that way about regular Star Wars releases, you know?
That's what you know, I was talking with Andrew yesterday about, like, you know, if the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I think by the numbers is the most successful film franchise in the last like 25 years, if not ever.
Yeah.
If the Star Wars movies and standalone movies are good, like it's reasonable, right, to think that they would be like twice as successful.
Oh yeah, by far.
Like,
the mainstream.
financially.
Yeah, there's no way if they're good. It's the game over for everybody. If they're good,
It's like everybody's money evaporates.
and
Like,
the scale of good can be kind of low here. I mean, it just has to be a lot better than what we've had in the last 15 years.
It's got to be the first Star Trek reboot good.
Yeah.
If it's the first Star Trek reboot good,
Yeah.
where it's game over.
We're
It'll be the
golden.
biggest-
Yep. We're golden for a while. It's exciting stuff. Not as exciting as having Justin here with us for the news. Justin, it's been a pleasure, as my dad would have said in 1970 something.
I have 2 Frog Pants related things I want to mention. Number 1, I'm going to be on Ice Swarm. He of the creatively written Star Trek clues.
Yeah.
He does a classic wrestling cast that I'm going to be on today. I'm very excited to join him for that.
That'll be great.
And also, if you are in the Charlotte area tonight, I'm gonna meet people down at the old World of Beer at 7 p.m. in downtown, or I think maybe uptown Charlotte, but whatever. There's only one. It's in Charlotte. Come meet and hang out with me. We're gonna hang out, and then if anybody wants to hang out, I'm gonna watch a basketball game, and it's gonna be a fun time.
Yeah. When else can you claim to have met Justin Robert Young and had a Bigfoot sighting in the same evening? That's what you're gonna get with his beard. So looking forward to that.
There we go. I know.
Reports.
This is the last chance. The last chance you're gonna be able to get to do it probably before Nerdtacular.
Yeah,
so
you
if
need
you're
to
not
do
able
some-
to make it. It's a Nerdtacular, and you're in North Carolina.
Yeah.
Come on,
All right.
roll on out.
And we're looking forward to that. Go team. We need a team name, but go team, whatever we are.
That's right. I'm actually going to be sending an email out to all the teams because I do want team names, and I'm going to be showing you one of the things that we're going to be doing there because some of you guys will need to pick a member from your team to head it up.
Yeah. All this is
Team captain.
Yeah.
I mean, Scott's the team captain.
Well, I don't know necessarily if you want to nominate the team captain for what's going to be done.
Oh, maybe Patrick is our guy then.
Good God.
Yeah, so it'll make more sense when you
Don't
see
make Patrick do anything that he'd get deported for.
This is
you
true.
know?
Yeah. Got to remember, he's only here on a temporary visa. Yeah. Can you? So you're going to email us that? That's great.
I will email
all
you
right.
that.
Well, we'll figure all that out. Justin, always a good time, man. Thanks for hanging out with us. Have fun in Charlotte.
Will do. See you, boys.
Good Charlotte.
See ya.
Bye. Isn't there a band called Good Charlotte?
There is a band called Good Charlotte. Yes.
Is there a good band called Good Charlotte though?
There's not a good band called Charlotte.
Okay, great. Let's move on to tweakedaudio.com, who's sponsoring the program with their code STREAM at checkout for 33% off. Ooh, what a deal. I mean, for reals, man. Designed to sound great with music and talk, engineered for durability, noise reduction, compatibility, lifetime warranty on it all. That's 33% off with the code STREAM at checkout at tweakedaudio.com. All right, Brian, let's take a break. We got a song.
All right.
We're running a little late, but Wendy, I just texted her. She's fine, so we'll call her when we get back. Yep.
Good. All right, so this one's going out. I'll read through the email and then I'll tell you what we're doing here. Dear Bebob and Skeedat, my wife and I will be celebrating our 2nd anniversary on June 16th. Why am I doing this so early? I don't know. I fell in love with her at first sight 5 years ago when she had the leftover mohawk and pretty earrings all over. I didn't make much of an impression at first, but I rectified that in the years to come. In a fit of poor judgment, she agreed to marry me and make me the happiest man alive. We are preggers and hope to have a bouncing baby frog pants soon, although I can't seem to convince her Sherlock or Hermione are quality children names. Brian, my wife loves the trailers for the new Guardians of the Galaxy because it's a raccoon with a gun and Bradley Cooper's voice. I'm hopeful you have a favorite Hooked on a Feeling cover that has the same rock feel from the trailer. If I can keep her pumped for the movie, I won't have to trade a chick flick like I did for the Avengers. Oops, now she knows. Oh well. Though the show, Jinxie Joe in the Tadpole.
All right.
Here's the thing. So this is actually one of the first covers I ever remember hearing as a kid. Was the Blue Swede version of Hooked on a Feeling that does the hooga shaka
right
bit at the beginning. The original version didn't have that. The original version was by a guy named B.J. Thomas. who also did Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head. And his version was very mellow and didn't have any of that additional stuff. Now, in 1971, after B.J. Thomas's version, but before Blue Swede's version, Jonathan King released a version. And this was actually the origination of the Ooga Shaka, Ooga Shaka. And I have a little bit, if you want to play a little bit of that one.
Here's the John King version.
Ooga Chaka, Ooga, Ooga, Ooga Chaka, Ooga, Ooga, Ooga Chaka, Ooga, Ooga, Ooga Chaka, Ooga, Ooga. I can't stop this feeling deep inside of me. Girl, you just don't realize.
Wow, that's different.
So that was the original. Well, I won't say the original version, but that was the original version of the Ooga Chaka. So in actuality, what I just played there was both a cover and an original. Right there.
Weird. Yeah, that changed it forever, didn't it?
It did. So a few years later, well, several years later, in 1973, the Blue Swede version came out, and now I can say, all right, now a few years after that, the version we're going to be playing today, this one came out by the Slugs as part of a 3-volume set of covers that was released by Bravo Records in 1991. Such a great series of albums, and I wish they would have done more of these, but they were rock covers of one-hit wonder songs or 70s hits, including this one here by the Slugs, covering the B.J. Thomas and Blue Swede and Jonathan King, really, if you want to get into it. The Hooked on a Feeling right here by the Slugs.
All right, here it is. We'll be back with Wendy in a minute. Stay tuned.
I can't stop this feeling deep inside of me. Girl, you just don't realize what you do to me. When you hold me in your arms so tight, you let me know everything's alright. All the good love when we're all alone. Keep it up, girl. Yeah, you turn me on.
Micro Machine Man here. I live for the night, so I carry my own light. Micro lights. Touch them like slow, they really glow, but that's not all. Try these amazing Micro Machines light to sound vehicles. They come with a mighty mini building, have a real glowing emergency lights and make 2 sounds. Check out these super micro lights with lights that glow and passengers to go. Where do you play with this light and sound show? The Combat City playset. There's a happening heliport, military lift, pivoting gun turret, and fantastic firing rocket. But look out, in case of a real emergency. Get the Emergency City playset. There's the fabulous White House, ambulance station, rear ramp, and helipad. Micro lights, lighted sound vehicles, super micro lights, and playsets, each sold separately from Galoob. Remember, it doesn't say Micro Machines. It's not the real thing.
Mountain grown for richer flavor. This is the Morning Stream.
Speaking of which, you can get the TMS Morning Brew available now at frogpants.com/store. And I sound like crazy. People like
Those
it.
coffee beans are picked high in the Rocky Mountains by one and only Iceworm.
Yeah.
Hand-picked.
Yeah, with him and his donkey.
Him and his donkey.
And it's good to note that the combo mug coffee deliveries are doing really well. People really like that. So if you've been holding off on getting a TMS mug, now's your chance to get the combo. So I would recommend it. Let's call Wendy. The original Ooga Chukka. Let's see. She is patiently waiting. We're running a little late today. As we knew we would, you know.
That's all right.
You
She's
just
got 5 minutes to help somebody. Come on.
Well,
Pick up the pace. Come on.
And we're just asking for it by having Justin on, you know, because he's he's a talker.
I noticed that news stories were quickly getting deleted from the list.
Skip over that norovirus deal and move straight on to something else.
Talk about that another day.
That's right. Hello.
Oh.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you guys?
Good. You're still in America, right? Still here. Still with us.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good because we got oh, you're getting used to it already? That's great.
Totally.
That's some good practice right there.
We're going on a road trip to California this week, and Adam has checked out every last ridiculous ways to learn Swedish on CD. So we got 12 hours of
Oh my God.
Wow.
I know. Does that sound kind of awful? It does.
It does, but it doesn't. You guys are it's adventurous, man. You guys are like doing this thing that
adventurous man.
Yeah, adventurous man.
Adventurous man.
So I don't know how this all turns out in the end. Like I'd want to jump a decade ahead and see how it went. You know, like did it go longer? Did the 2 years end? Did you come back? Did the boys stay there and become great Swedish skiers? You know, like what happened?
I know.
Very curious.
We are going to join the legacy of cross-country skiing that is Sweden.
Wow.
You watch.
All right. You guys can shoot things and then ski and then shoot things and then ski. That's where they like guns over there, is when they're shooting things and skiing at the same time.
And we're from the West, so they'll be like, yeah, you're like...
Yeah. Well, when Germany invades again, good luck to you. All right, moving on. Let's get to this week's question. It's a big one, and we're running a tad late today, but I wanted to make sure we get this one in because it's a good one. It's long, though. So if you hate when I read things, boy, tuck in now because you're really going to hate this. Dear Scott, Brian, and Wendy, when I was around 15, I was diagnosed with a hereditary eye condition that will eventually render me blind. Around the same time, my parents divorced, and being Indian, dots not feathers, he says. He told me that, not me saying that. I usually say that very racist thing, but he went ahead and said it here. That caused a lot of drama and heartache. My mom's side of the family cut all contact with me because my parents were divorcing, and coming from a really close family unit, that was a major loss. Cousins, aunts, and uncles who I grew up with and saw every week religiously were gone. I retreated for several years, comfort ate, and just wasted my life away. I dropped out of college, lost friends, confidence, and self-esteem. I was angry. I was angry at my parents, at my extended family, at my health. I contemplated suicide. With all this going on, I never felt confident enough or good enough about myself to even contemplate finding a girlfriend or a companion. There were many who I had fancied or even thought I loved, but that was just going to lead to more self-loathing behavior. I never sought out any professional help because I was ashamed. I found it hard to trust people, especially doctors, for medical professions or medical professions, because the only real experience I had, or the only real experience is what I think he means, I had with them was giving me my negative news about my eyesight. And having been through some eye stuff, I know how this guy feels. It freaking sucks. Let's see. I took a lot of work from that, but I somehow managed to. I'd like to say that something made me magically turn my corner, but the reality was, after 6 years of sitting on my butt, I was bored. I was bored of being depressed. I enrolled into college as a mature student, university shortly after, and in 2013, I graduated as a Bachelor of Arts with honors. These 4 years were the best years of my life. Since then, things haven't really progressed much further, and I can feel myself slipping into the same rut I was once in. After university, I had to have surgery on my eyes, which stopped all the momentum I had going for me. I found myself back at square one, at home, unemployed, overweight, and alone. I can't help but think everything I did was for nothing. I can't seem to get out of my own head and just keep bouncing from frustration to being from frustration at being unemployed and having to recover from my surgery to crippling sadness at being alone, yearning for a companion that might just make it all okay, which it probably won't, he says. How do I go about breaking through these frustrations, accept who I am, and let go of the anger and find motivation to get back into the world? Because right now I am lost. I want to better myself, lose weight, get a job, buy a house, etc. I am angry at myself, and I can't have or haven't done anything about it yet. Thanks for all your help. You guys are really the only thing that puts a smile on my face at the moment. Additional information, this might help. So he's 27, single. Whoops, skip past that for some reason. A virgin from the United Kingdom, 300 pounds, and comfort eater. Let's see. Lives with his dad, but felt like he hasn't had a good relationship with him since the big split. So there's your background. All right, Wendy. So sad tale, right? A lot of stuff going on there. A moment of triumph with the school bit, and then kind of back into the same rut. Seems healthy that he's at least acknowledging it or noticing it. What do you do here? What do you tell?
I have to say something funny. My brain did a little dyslexic flip, and I read feather, not dot.
Oh, you did? Oh, that's really funny.
Yeah, and I'm like, how did he get to Britain?
Yeah.
This is confusing to me.
Yeah, no,
Okay,
definitely dot. Yeah.
Okay, dot.
All right.
Okay, well, what's cool about this story is he's still super young. The problem is that phrase, the youth is wasted on the young.
Yeah.
Or whatever that is. I used to think, what are you people talking about? Now I totally get it. Like, you just don't appreciate it, right? But 27, man, he's got his whole life ahead of him still. But what's really good about what has happened sort of in the course of his history is he found his footing at some point, right? He found a place where he fit in, he felt connected, he felt like he had a purpose, right? And there are plenty of people who can have a really hard time identifying even a period of time where they felt that way. So that's a good thing. And, of course, then it's frustrating because you're like, wait, my old stuff is still here. And that's because most people, they let circumstances determine how they're feeling usually, right?
Right.
So he sort of had the wherewithal to get up and do what he needed to do to have those great 4 years and sort of found his stride. The problem is that was a circumstance that changed everything for him, and sort of the underlying stuff he never quite dealt with.
Right.
So I think a valuable sort of move forward would be deal with your underlying stuff. Clearly, there's still a lot of pain from losing that, like half your family in one day, And then the reality is you're going to go blind. Like you have more stuff than the average person's going to have to deal with because you've had this news most of your life, and then the reality is at some point you're not going to be able to see, and that is mind-blowing to anybody. How does one deal with that? And he's having a pretty normal response, which is to be depressed. The problem is it seems like he's staying in the depression and not making the most of the time he has before he goes blind.
Doesn't it feel like it's we talked about this we've been doing these therapy shows, right? And working on them. And one of them, don't want to spoil too much about that episode, but we talk a bunch about addiction, but also just kind of automatic behavior. When you know something's bad for you, you eat it anyway. The whole Dorito thing. I feel like I'm getting off of him that same sense of frustration you feel when you know you're doing something that is directly not good for you or bad for you or at the very least not good behavior or whatever, but you're still doing it with that knowledge. I feel like he's having that. Yeah.
And he's also having the I know I can do better, beat myself up train that he's on, right? So I'm looking at that as a very positive thing, and he's using it as a way to beat himself up every day. Like, this isn't actually who I am, and why am I in this place? And then speaking of addiction, in fact, when I read it, I had that same thought about the Doritos, not Doritos specifically, but that he is using food as an addictive component in his life, and he's using it to medicate his feelings, right?
Sure.
And So much so that he's that overweight, and then being that overweight biochemically can just create a depressive state. Your body is responding. So you're eating when you're sad, not when you're hungry, right? And then you get enough of a dopamine hit that it feels good, and then it kind of keeps you stuck in that place, right? And food is one of those things. Until people are 900 pounds, there's not a lot of intervention that happens. Mm-hmm. We all just sort of keep getting fatter, and we don't do much about it. But then everyone has to individually do it, right? Versus if he was on crack cocaine, we'd have 12 friends in a circle saying, hey, it's time for you to get some help.
Yeah. Plus, the social stigma is different too, isn't it, than drugs or something? Because almost in a worse way, because at least with drugs, it's like nobody thinks drugs are good. Right. So intervening is a thing you do, and nobody's contradicting that. But there's a lot of sensitivity about being overweight. Some people can't help it. There's medical reasons or whatever.
And how do I confront someone who's getting heavier and heavier to the point of, clearly they're putting their life at risk, but it's long-term risk or longer-term risk than someone who's smoking meth in front of you, right?
Right.
So, and then there's also the reality is that person is eating their feelings usually, right? And then the other part is, I eat a donut, you eat a donut. How come I'm okay and you're not okay? And it's because it's not actually the drug of choice that's the issue. It's why the drug is being used. Because you're not going to eat a donut for the same reason someone else is going to eat a donut, which we think, we all eat donuts because they taste good. Well, I wish it was just that, because we'd stop after it didn't taste good or we were full. But there's maybe an emptiness. This is a common thing I'll hear people who have eating disorders or have a lot of emotional eating in their life, is they feel an emptiness, sort of at their core, and that eating feels like trying to fill up the empty space. But of course you can't ever fill up empty space that isn't about food, right?
Right.
And so they end up just overeating, and, kind of making everything worse. So that empty space, let's talk about that for a minute. He's just using food and probably sitting around watching a lot of TV or whatever. He described sitting on his butt for 6 years or whatever. I'm sure he wasn't just sitting. There's probably some other form of dopamine, which, you're using. But let's talk about where the empty space comes from. There is, and this is tricky because there's probably people listening going, oh yeah, I have that empty space. Like I know what that feeling is. And they may do lots of different things besides eating to try to fill that. So let's talk a little bit about where it comes from. I mean, he gives us some clues. His parents divorced. He's obviously had some tricky news. But even before then, and of course we can't ask him this, but, what was your life like up to that point? What was the mirror you were being shown in your life of what your value is? We know that kids who get positive regard from their parents and, interaction that is loving and kind, it can be very strict. It doesn't have to be like, in fact, easy does it as worse, but it can be very, very strict, and it can be lots of boundaries and even hard. But if the mirror they're seeing, which is their parents and their surroundings, is you're a valuable person, we care about you, we want you here, those kinds of messages, those people don't get that empty cavern experience typically.
Yeah, not normally, right? Like, no. It's funny, we got Nick so stoned yesterday for his teeth extraction. He got his wisdom teeth out. That that stuff kind of acts as like a truth serum.
Yeah.
In a way.
What did he say?
And he told, I mean, it's funny because he told the nurse this too, which is funny at one point, at least once, but he told Kim 50, 60 times between there and home how much he loved her.
Oh.
Now, he's not normally talking like that. I mean, he loves his mom and will express it here and there, but he's not the kind that would just constantly be gushing about it. But I feel like you break down some of those barriers, and suddenly he is just constantly his, oh, Mom, you're so great. I love you, Mom. And he just couldn't stop saying it. And but then again, also said that he has 50 girlfriends and he hasn't kissed any of them with those lips, whatever that means. So he was really losing it. I have some great video to show you when we get a minute, but the point is that you feel like you have a hard time it's hard to gauge how your kids are doing within your particular umbrella love for your kid? Like, how are they doing in our little zone here?
Right.
You know, so it sounds to me like he may have been in a very loving family, but because that family fell apart, that's almost worse.
Yeah, kind of a deep wound
Sure.
in a moment rather than the buildup. Yeah, and
that's like Darth. That's like, you know what that's like. That's like Han Solo blowing up the Death Star and then dying himself immediately after. Like, whoa, hold on a minute, you're the good guy. What happened here? You know, that's a bad example, but
I was
yeah,
thinking that
exact thing, right?
Yeah. Well, and there's some maybe cultural. There's some cultural elements here that I probably don't understand, that might be playing, you know, a role there. That also is like the meaning. I mean, it sounds like, you know, he's lived with dad all this time. He used the phrase at the very end of there that he's never felt like it's been home. And I've been interacting with some people in Sweden, and I already love them. Anyway, and I was writing someone about a housing situation, and I said, you know, I'm 1/16 Swedish, and for me, I feel like I'm coming home. Yeah. I'm sure they're like, you're lame. But I do a little bit like, oh, it's my people. I'm going to go meet my people. Yeah. Anyway, I can only imagine, because what is home? You know, what is the feeling of home is safety. It could be the smell of like baking cookies. It could be just the place where you can finally relax. And I think there's a lot of people on earth today who aren't quite sure where home is, or, you know, and they tend to be searching all around to find it, or they're trying to, and really it isn't a place, or, you know, it isn't the bedroom you grew up in necessarily. It's the feeling that occurred there. Because there's plenty of people who can go to their childhood homes and feel terrible there. Yeah. Versus those who feel like there's, you know, that there was some love at home and some security and safety and that type of thing. And it sounds like for him, that rug got ripped right out from under him. And for someone who is told you're going to be blind at some point in your life, this is only going downhill from here, you know, that makes the ground pretty dang wobbly. And then to have your parents divorce about that time is also another thing. So, you know, we talk a little bit about divorce and the impacts of that, and, you know, splitting up and having separate families and doing all the stuff that would come from divorce isn't what damages children. Right. What damages children is the lack of security that it brings, if it brings it. There are some people who can divorce really well. I mean, it's like they should get an award, the best divorced couple of the year or something, because they do so much that creates a stable life for those kids. Right. They've created a team that was better than the married one. That is so good at making sure that all that foundation stuff stays there, and they see that clearly as a priority, and there's no deadbeatness, and there's none of that stuff. Yeah. Right. Our brother has a perfect example of this. His wife was divorced, and when they married, and they have such a great friendship with that other couple. They travel together. It's a little weird, but they, but all of our nieces and nephews, you know, the two that share the same parents and have no divorce in their history, at some point in their young lives were like, when do I get my other dad? Like, when do I get that other mom? You know, who they saw it as a bonus to have all that great thing, that all these kids are so lucky that they get all these sets of parents, and they're loved by so many. And, you know, I don't think that's the most common outcome, but I think if, you know, you're worried about your kids and your marriage is sort of falling apart, you know, I think there's some real effort. This is why mediation can be a really helpful step before straight to court, you know, to sort of figure out what's best practices. And I'm thinking about this guy. What did he see all up till that moment? And what did he feel up to that moment? People don't just get divorced one day when they were happy the last 20, you know. It's a lot of maybe turmoil up to that point, a lot of instability he was feeling. Yeah. And so the divorce moment just represented, okay, one more sort of chasm in my sense of well-being. Okay, so there's billions of people whose parents have been divorced. We can't just say, well, sorry, you're going to always have this cavern you're never going to be able to fill. Yeah. You know, and fortunately, that isn't the way we ultimately have to be. The problem is, and this guy in particular, is he's trying to do this on his own. And I don't know enough about Indian culture to know if that's a thing. Like, Because of course I'm still thinking of the Feather Indians.
Yeah, you gotta he's on in your mind. He's on the reservation helping run the casino. You gotta.
You can just you get to your go to the matriarch of your community,
right,
and you
right. It's all
get
different.
some spirits and whatever. Like
right, use the whole buffalo. Use the entire buffalo. Don't just eat the meat. Use the whole thing.
But there's a lot actually, and that's why I flipped it in my head. But there's a lot about recovery and identity and some beautiful things people have figured out in the Native American community to build meaning and purpose in people's lives. And, not everyone does it, but there's a lot of stuff there. So as far as being Indian, I don't know what that means per se. I do know what it means to be in Britain because I've lived there. And the problem, he's talking about unemployment and he's feeling, all these things. And we had a show on unemployment once. And I think you got to just get up and do something every day. There's got to be, even if you're not paid, there's got to be something to do.
That's right. We talked about that. The idea that just the sort of mobility of having a daily, not so much a routine, but just a get up and make this happen. If there are no prospects, then do it. Go to the lady up the street and say, "Hey, can I mow your lawn for nothing? I just feel like helping you out," or whatever. Just something, Just
move and get more involved in your community. I will give him something specific he can do. And if you're British, you will laugh at this and no one else will. But
all right.
You could just wander around in public spaces and get the plastic bags out of trees. Because they're everywhere. I swear to you.
That's true.
When I lived there, I'm like, is there a thing? Does someone from the council come and tie bags in trees? Because it was inevitable at certain times of years because there's a ton of parks, right?
Yeah.
And houses are kind of close together, and then you have these beautiful big parks, and they would just, I don't know, maybe it was
here. It's water bottles. We got this little river runoff from the lake over here, and when they do the runoff, there's a part where there's a bunch of sort of natural weeds and stuff that kind of filter the water, and they get water bottles in there, and so Nick and I will go down there maybe once a week and just like do a little trash run, like a little community whatever. And it's fun. He gets to ride his longboard. I hate trash in parks, so it's a perfect, it's a symbiotic relationship. Exactly. But the point is that would be good for me to do if I had nothing else going on. Even like I probably don't even have time for it now. But if you're in a position where you're just feeling that rut, then get up there and do something good.
And it also sounds like he went to university, did really well. So maybe there's something in academia that is important for him, and maybe collect, so we're saying, go pick up water bottles and get bags out of trees or whatever. Sure. That's kind of baseline, get up tomorrow and do something. But sort of more future thinking, he's got to sort of, be open to the risk that is life. It is a risk, right? It is stepping out into the darkness and going, oh, I sure hope there's a step there because if not, I'm screwed. Right. And because staying home and feeling empty and eating and sitting and doing nothing and wasting your life is the safest route, right? You know what that's like. You know how that's going to end. And it's pretty darn miserable. But the other seems so much scarier. There's so much more risk. But that, sorry to sound like a after-school motto on a sticker or something. But, unless you risk, there's no reward. And ultimately, he's already known some of the stuff that works for him. So he needs to get back to that. So yes, go to therapy. Find somebody you can talk to about this who is going to help you with some of that old stuff, right? The old stuff that impedes you each day. And then also that motivates you to get up and do something. And then maybe it's academia. Maybe it's, some furthering your education. Maybe home for you. And that's really a good way to put this. I love that phrase he used. It's finding home. What is home for him? And, he's the only one that gets to decide what that is. And as adults who didn't feel like they had a childhood safe place, they have to find it. They have to create it. I should make that clear. You need to create it. You're not just going to find it. It's not going to fall in your lap. You got to create it. A place that feels safe and comfortable. And why we need a home, why that is even important, it's like toddlers, right? Home base is the parent, and they wander off about 10 to 15 feet. They check to see that you're still there, and they explore, and then they come back. and they always come back to home, right? Pete doesn't, by the way.
No, he doesn't care.
He's not a normal child, but
no, he's weird.
All other toddlers usually, and what they're doing is they're checking out the world to see if it's safe and learning and curiosity and all that good stuff, and then they come back to that feeling of I'm okay and I'm safe.
They check to make sure mom's there.
Right. And
Peter, you know what Pete's saying? Here's what Pete's saying. He's saying, I was born with my guts on the outside. Screw this noise. I'm going outside.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't care. He knows.
He'll look at me with this look like, oh, I know there's a street there, and I'm going for it.
Yep.
I'm like, I'm going to get you. Oh, so maddening. But the average person does do that, go back and forth, right? And developmentally very normal, but there's a lot of kids who maybe aren't feeling that security.
Yeah.
Or there's parents who'd never let their kids wander more than 1 inch away from them. So they don't get the exploration and then that contrast of that feeling of safety. That develops more security. It's called secure attachment. And in essence, who knows what our friend here kind of went through, but he's got to recreate that in some ways. Like, what's home base, and try to create places of safety and where you don't feel judged, but you feel loved. And then you branch out and you explore. That's really why people can take risks. That's really why they're either running from a demon or they feel like they've got a fairly secure base and then they can move away from that. So he's got a big job ahead of him. And I just want him to see the world before he goes blind. Like, there's time, and it's an amazing planet and people, and let's make the most of it. I think there's that other piece where maybe the clock is ticking, and that can be paralyzing, right? Versus let's get out and do this. So he really needs to go see somebody, work on that old stuff, work on creating home and getting out of,
And lots of salads. That's been my experience.
Oh, gosh.
That's how I've lost my weight. Lots of salads.
You lost your weight because you're in pain every time you eat something.
No. I lost most of my 45 pounds before that diagnosis. So there's actually some thought by one of my doctors, one of my physicians, that the weight loss, while healthy overall, actually contributed to the thing becoming a thing. Like, there may have been some shrinkage that caused the flare up in the first place. So that's kind of annoying. But
your intestines shrink?
It's like people, when you get I mean, it can still expand or whatever, but they get fat around them like anything else does. But they were saying, what was I going to say about that? I forgot. Crap. Oh no, he's saying it's not unlike the kind of paradoxical, somebody's 300 pounds and they lose a whole bunch of weight, and they're just living this healthy lifestyle, but then suddenly double over in pain because their gallbladder can't handle the change, and they have to go get emergency surgery to have it out. It's like frustrating, weird, negative side effect to an overall lifestyle change, and he thinks that mine may have kind of been that. But that's just one doctor who knows what they know.
Right. There's another thing here too. He could, you need outside motivation too. It's especially if this is a pattern. And I say you're still young. You're 27. You are still young. Yet you've had a couple here, a decade now to sort of establish a pattern. And so getting outside help is a great thing. There are camps. There are retreats. There are. I'm sure England has something that they say, all right, everyone who wants this thing can do this thing, for health reasons. I don't know. Look into it because, motivation, other people, interaction, all that stuff is crucial for getting healthier.
It's all paid for by the government anyway. So there's got to be some program.
Who ties bags and trees.
Well, very nice. We wish you the best of luck, dear anonymous person, and we hope things go better for you. Keep us informed on how things go, because the fact, once again, when these people actually ask for help, I feel like this is a good sign.
Yeah.
Even if it's just a show and it's a silly show, except on Thursdays, All right.
I'm going to try to make it more silly from now on, okay?
Indeed. Let's goof it up a little bit. So what's your, you got any causes people should be?
Oh, I got a thing to pimp.
All right,
I am
pimp
ready.
it. Pimp
ready
it.
for this?
What's the current cause?
Yeah.
The current? Oh, God. I just need a little help. Usually you're asking me for help. I am asking you guys for help.
All right.
Okay, sometimes I ask for help. My 20th high school reunion is in a month.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, wow.
I am in charge of it.
Are you doing it at Brighton or no?
We are not. We're doing it at Snowbird.
Oh, no, cool.
I know, right?
Wait, when is this? What day is this?
June 28th.
Oh, could you not leave a mess for us? Thanks. Appreciate it.
Oh, we will leave some trashed hotel rooms and lots of beer bottles.
All right.
So I'm on the hook for the whole amount because somebody has to put their credit card down, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know why I'm insane like that, but I did. And I was like, yeah, all right. And I cannot even tell you how hard it is to get people to sign up and pay.
Yeah, of course.
I'm ready to kill everyone.
It's a 20-year anniversary. Dude, they're the worst people. The people that you're trying to wrangle for high school crap, it's the worst.
So 900 people graduated with me.
Yeah.
900. You think I could get 120? No.
No.
We're at a whopping 55.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Wow.
Maybe they all died or something. You had that weird year, right, where everyone got diseases.
You graduated from Brighton High School in 1994. Right now, you go sign up, or I'm going to find you.
Why did you rope yourself into this? Why are you the one? Because you always are. You're always the one. We talked about this on the therapy show the other day. People love that episode because we talk about how Wendy is always getting saddled with the, and I think it's self-imposed. I think you just like, yeah, I'll do it.
I know it is. And but I like only do things I think are fun. And I always think things are fun. And then later I'm like, this is not fun.
There's nothing fun about
what
this.
Have I done? But think how fun it would have been if people could just sign up because Snow's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
In the beautiful Cliffs Lodge part, the Golden Cliffs room. You guys went there.
Yeah, we had our thing there. We're having it again. Yeah. We're aware. It's fantastic. So what you're saying is what we're pimping here is if you graduated in 1994 from Brighton High School, get off your butt, go to the thing, sign. What do they do? Where do they sign up?
Search us on Facebook, and then all the information's there. In fact, you wouldn't believe what I did today. I posted a picture of a guy who wouldn't respond to any of my requests, who actually was supposed to help with the whole thing.
You shamed him.
You outed him.
You shamed him.
So bad, dude. It is a cross-dressing picture.
Oh wow, really?
Said, sorry, dude. I gave you every chance, and people are laughing their heads off. I'm hoping they're going to get the fear of missing out feeling, and then like, yeah, let's sign up.
Yeah, but if the fear of missing out doesn't work out, well, there's the fear of being outed.
Yeah, totally.
And it's already begun, and they probably are going to not come now. They think I'm crazy.
You're a tough.
But none of them know I'm a therapist, so I'm going to mess with their brains.
Yeah, Wendy's a tough cookie. She's like the sergeant in that Full Metal Jacket movie. Got to watch out for her. All right, well, that's a good thing to pimp.
I'll leave some secret message somewhere in the Cliff Lodge. Maybe you guys, one of the listeners.
Ooh, like a geocache or something.
Scavenger hunt kind of thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
We could totally do a geocache. We could all use our app if we have internet to find it. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Oh, if we had internet. Oh, darn.
It's supposed to be better this year. That's the word.
Really?
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know what that means, but
I love that the internet sucks while you guys are up there. That's pretty funny.
I know it's the word. It's the whole thing we're doing is based on internet culture, and boom, no internet. Well, we have internet, but it just sucks.
Well,
yeah.
The hosts have a separate Wi-Fi.
Yeah, we have our own little special thing.
Really well.
It worked all right because we have to stream that business. We got stuff to do. We have business to take care of.
You're in nature, remember?
Yeah, don't forget. Let's go outside a little bit, people.
Yeah, people.
Not just to smoke cigars. That's it. Wendy, thanks for all that. Have a fun trip to California, and we'll see you next time we do this.
Bye, guys.
Bye now.
See ya.
I'm pretty sure. Oops, where's her hang up? Pretty sure she's not here next Thursday because of that trip, but we'll keep you guys informed. Something changes. Okay, Brian?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. One email.
All right.
Do we want to pimp anything here?
Once again, there's just a couple spots left for if you want to be a part of one of the Frog Pants All-Stars teams. That tiny.cc, again, as I try and pull it up really quickly.
Old Man Frank's is one of them, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Darn it.
That's right. I'm excited about that. And they're bringing their cute little baby. Oh, my gosh. Aww. Have you seen that baby on Facebook?
No, I haven't.
Goodness gracious. What? Look, I don't think they're unattractive people. I'm not saying that Brandon or his wife are not wonderful, attractive people, but they have produced one of the most beautiful babies I've ever seen in my life.
I can't wait to see this thing.
I don't know what's going on over there. Nice job, you guys. Yeah, the Texas Air or something. Oof.
Tiny.cc/frogstars. You'll be up on stage. You'll be contributing. You'll be in the movie poster taboo round. You'll be helping give the clues, or I don't know if they nominate you to be the blindfolded one, then maybe you'll be the one answering it. But tiny.cc/frogstars. Be a part of a team.
Please do. One email here.
Team player.
Yes. I got one from Drew.
All right.
Not from Don and Drew, although I've been talking to him.
Really?
Yeah, they're
Drew
doing.
Domkus?
Yeah, they're going to do a. They're doing. I think they just launched it. They're doing a Patreon, and he had a bunch of advice for us or from us.
Wow.
Or wanted to know how we made it work and what our levels were and how we did it and blah blah blah. So
get out of Wisconsin is my first advice.
Yeah, cheeseheads.
Farmhouse
Cheeseheads.
The videos of their stuff they do at that farmhouse, like the annual events.
Oh yeah,
it's amazing.
It's awesome,
like
and that place is incredible. You put it like a whole skate jump ramp in there.
Oh, it's fantastic. And they're so good people.
They're nice.
I really wanted to hate them at the beginning of podcasting, but
did you? You just couldn't do it.
I couldn't. They're adorable.
I couldn't make myself hate them.
I couldn't. I really wanted to be like I wanted competition to drive me into, but I couldn't get it from them. I was like,
they were too
you guys
nice.
are so nice. I want to work with you.
Yeah.
Not against you.
No. He's our age. Too.
Then I found Adam Curry, and
and he's got talent. What's he doing today? And Drew's he's an old fart like us. He's our age. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No.
Dreads and all.
Yeah.
Scott says this other Drew. He says on a recent episode you talked about the emotional turmoil you suffered when you were 11 from peeing on a pile of dirty clothes in your sleep. Okay, remember that? I told you about this.
I told you it was yesterday.
Yeah, I too have it.
Like
it was like it was yesterday. I too have experienced the same dilemma. Except it did not happen when I was 11. It happened last week at the ripe age of 32. He says, also, the clothes were not dirty. They were clean. And in the midst of my sleepwalking stupor, I took the initiative to first place my brand new cell phone atop the pile of clothes and peed on that, too.
Oh, no.
Love the show, Drew.
Wow.
Wow. That is something else, man. Were you drinking the night before? I feel like there's something else going on. There's got to be another part of the story if this is the first time. That's crazy. But yeah, peeing on a pile of clothes is not the first email I've gotten. A lot of other people reporting in their childhood that they peed on clothes. Nobody in their 30s, but that they thought, they were having a dream or it was a part of another dream storyline that then got interrupted by reality, which was they were peeing on clothes. Very weird. That's it for the show, everybody. Tonight, TMS PM, a little extra long tonight. Mm-hmm. You talked to Atlanta Man? Did he ever reply?
I have. He is at the ready. He is assembling questions, and his wife will be vetting those questions as we speak.
Okay, good. Will she be at the side saying things like, "Okay, now you're just getting creepy"?
Exactly. Yes, I'm sure. I can't imagine him doing it without her.
She's awesome.
Yes.
Remind me to tell you the story about the donkey and the fish. Now, I said that just so he'd write that down and then ask a question about the donkey and the fish.
Daniel and Deidre, we love them.
Yeah, they're great. So we'll get to that later today. 5:30 Mountain. Wait, is it 5 or 5:30? I forget what we do.
5:30.
5:30. That's right. 5:30 Mountain Time. We'll go a full hour or a full hour and a half. So full episode length to make up for last week.
Yep.
We were slackers.
The TMS PM that didn't happen from Vegas because I was hammered all the time.
That's
I guess
right.
You can't really.
Right.
Yeah.
This is like you and I watching Con Air twice in the same day. That's how much time we're going to spend together.
Cue the cab driver.
Oh, the cab driver. Hold on. Cab driver, cabbie. Where is he? Here you go. I got to play that more.
I love that.
It's so good. All right, that's it. Thank you for being here, everybody. No Cleo. Oh, you know who I am going to add to the call? I just forgot. Gnomewise has something to tell us.
Oh, okay.
Hold on, Todd.
The great and powerful Todd.
Yeah, I forgot. Or I didn't forget, but we got so late today. Oh, why is he not showing up? Crap. Hold on. I'll make it work.
All right.
Todd
okay.
Whitehead.
You say.
Because he's going to be doing some broadcasting with the Phoenix Comic-Con this weekend.
Oh, that's this weekend, right? And Chinbeard is there, and I'm sure the Spags are going to be there, right?
Yeah, I think it's the plan.
Way better. I got them badges.
Yeah, they've been
badges.
They've been real busy, so I hope none of that gets in the way because they've got a lot of crap going on.
Badges.
Their dad and everything, but who knows? Hey, Todd, what's going on, man?
Hey, kids.
It's Todd Whitehead, aka Gnomewise, aka founder, runner, and all-around good guy over there at the Alpha Geek Radio, the audio stream we all enjoy each and every day here on the show and other shows on the Frog Pants Network. Todd, you got a lot going on this weekend with the Comic-Con there in Phoenix.
Oh, heck yeah. Tons of fun for everyone to share. But first I want to give some thanks to Jury for stretching the show out so much so I could not only finish on the treadmill, but get my shower in before I was needed.
Yeah, he has a way of doing that, and we love it. We love him for it. It's people they think we're complaining because we're not. The chance to have Jury on is always a treat, despite what it does to the schedule. Yeah.
Thank Chinbeard for putting me on the treadmill in the first place.
Oh, that's good. Well, he is the fitness geek, as he is known here on the show. What is the schedule? What's the plan? What do you want people to know about for this coverage this weekend?
Well, we're live streaming the entire Grand Ballroom, which is where all the major presentations are. Just go over to alphageekradio.com and click on schedule up top. It's all in there. But the highlights are we've got Richard Dean freaking Anderson.
Whoa! Is he going to bring a blade of grass, some chewed gum, and a
paperclip,
a bit of dirt to make a microphone so he can talk to everybody?
He's going to bring a giant wormhole generator.
Oh, perfect. All right, so late. We're going to go a little later in his career. That's fantastic.
Possibly.
All right.
Bruce Campbell's going to be there. The aforementioned on the show, John Ratzenberger, will be there.
Oh, nice. Hey, what's he gonna? Brian, give me an impression of Ratzenberger explaining something in Phoenix.
Well, the first version of the Arizona Comic Con, actually, it was really just two guys looking at Peanuts cartoons.
That is so like something he'd say. Peanuts cartoons.
Do the most meta character ever, which is him doing Ham, the piggy bank, which is basically him playing himself playing Cliff Clavin.
Right, exactly.
Oh man,
no one hires John Ratzenberger to do anything but be Cliff Clavin in some form or another.
That's right.
No, Pixar hires him to bless all of their shows because he's their lucky charm.
That's how.
But if he didn't do the Ratzenberger voice, they'd be like, all right, I think we're done with you.
Are you guys also getting who's the Ghostbuster that no one remembers?
Ernie Hudson.
Ernie Hudson. Is Ernie Hudson coming there?
No, he was at a previous con. We've got Danny Glover coming.
Okay, well, because Ernie Hudson is coming to Salt Lake Comic Con in September.
Awesome.
And here's what I'm going to yell at him when I see him at his table signing. I'm going to stand up and yell
lava tubes
as loud as I can. Lava tubes.
Lava tubes.
Anyway, well, that's great. So Alpha Geek Radio. Oh wait, you were there was another highlight you were telling us about.
We've got both two very pretty men. We've got John Barrowman and Nathan Fillion both.
Oh, lovely! You're going to be able to stream that whole thing. That's great.
Oh, the ladies are going to love that.
And shout out and thanks to all the Alpha Geek Radio patrons who make possible the extra channel that we're test driving with this convention. So there's a special events channel that means we can do this and not interrupt any of the regularly scheduled shows. So we have everything you may possibly want all at once.
And the Patreon for that is patreon.com/what? AlphaGAGR? Is it AGR?
Nope, just Alpha Geek.
Alpha Geek, even better. Let me find it here. Alpha Geek. Yep, that's it. And go support those guys because what Todd's doing is good work. He's doing the Lord's work, Zeus's work, really. Great, and you'll be at Nerd
our road at N14.
That's right. AlphaGeekRadio.com is the place, and at N14, similar things will be happening. We're going to be streaming both video and audio, and that went really well last year, so I'm stoked for that to go well again.
Yep, it's going to be an interesting challenge because we've got the multiple tracks, so it's not just the one room.
Yeah, it is different this year that way.
That's the reason I didn't buy one of the spots on the that Brian's trying to sell. Is I blew my budget on the extra streaming rigs for the other three streams.
Oh, good Lord, we're gonna have so you have planned. I just figured you'd just pick like your favorites and then just do the one you're gonna do, but you're gonna bring all three tracks.
That's not how I roll.
Oh wow, look at you, go home or gig home or flow bone. Go big or go home is what I meant. None of that came out right. Todd, you came out right. Good job. Tell your mom congratulations.
Thank you.
Let's do this again soon, and good luck this weekend. We'll be checking out the stream.
See you very soon.
Bye, man.
Sounds good. See ya.
Bye, man.
7 days ago, I was playing craps with that guy at the Quad on the Strip.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Was he? What?
He was delivering a server to Vegas, and it worked out well. I was like, hey, what are you doing today? It's like, we're going to hang out at the pool for a few hours and then go find some craps. And,
I was fully unaware that he saw you guys. That's great.
Yes.
Very nice. Did you get in the pool? Did you have some chlorine, little chlorine?
I did.
Did you? Yeah.
I did.
Didn't come home with a worm or anything? You're fine?
Not to my knowledge. There's,
It takes a while, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like mad cow's disease. You're just going to one day fall over.
It'll be exactly. By the way, you got this from that pool visit from the MGM Grand in...
way back in 2014.
Right.
Back in the heady days. All right, that's it. We're done. Frogpants.com/TMS is our website. TheMorningStream@gmail.com is our email address. On Twitter, MorningStream, Scott Johnson, and Coverville. Let's go out with a tune.
Okay. All right, we can do that.
Okay.
This one is going out. Oh my God, my email's not working. There we go. Nope. There we go. Oh my gosh. Hold on.
What's going on?
Stuff was supposed to be working here. Here we go. Jeez. All right. This is
a caveman.
And a caveman.
And a caveman. This one says, my husband Eric loves pretty much all of the Frog Pants shows, and tomorrow is our birthdays. This actually was supposed to be last week, but This was going to be the TMS PM song. Yes, we both share the same birthday, just 11 years apart. I was wondering, even at this late notice, if you could do a cover of or by Peter Gabriel, one of his favorite artists. Signed, Allison Livengood, and yes, that is our last name. Pretty cool last name, huh?
Wow.
And I don't know if she's saying that because she knows that that was my stepdad's last name, was Livengood.
Oh, that's cool.
So I wonder if there's some connection.
Some connection, probably. That's a very unique name.
It is a very unique name, so I'd be surprised if there wasn't. All right, so going out to the two of them, and you know how we love the bluegrass on this show. This is from Love Cannon, one of these great bands that somebody in the Tadpole recommended to me this last year, and I just love them. From their Greatest Hits Volume 2 that came out in 2012, here is Peter Gabriel's Sledgehammer.
All right, I'll play it now. And we'll see you guys tonight, 5:30 p.m. Mountain Time Zone. Patreon.com/TMS is why that's possible. So go check that out, support us, and we'll see you tonight at 5:30. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you then.
Just lay down your tracks. You could have an aeroplane flying. If you bring your blue sky back, and all you do is call me, and I'll be anything you need. You could have a Big Dipper going up and down all around the bend. Bumper car
about this and other shows, visit frogpants.com. Audio program so good, it's like you're there.
Where did I park my car? Oh, no.
Yeah, oldie but goodie.
Yes. One of my
Oldie but
favorites.
goodie.
Oh no!
Oh, no.
I saw that one in one of these mashups recently of inept product pitchmen, like where they show the people who are too
For the
stupid to
show,
use
I'm good.
the
Brain's going.
original
Yeah.
product that the new product is supposed to be better than.
Oh, right.
So it's like, hate when your spaghetti gets tangled in knots, and it's like somebody fumbling with a colander and they're throwing
begins.
spaghetti all over their kitchen, trying to make it look natural.
Coming
Like,
up Those are the best, and they're always in black and white.
Right.
I love that stuff. My wife's dad, my father-in-law, was in a local one, and they did the exact same thing, all black and white. It's him fumbling around with a saw or something, like a dangerous saw with the goggles in his way and stuff. It was great. He got paid for it too, which is even better. Paid to be a buffoon.
Nice.
All right, so tonight I'll see you. Yeah, we'll do this.
Yeah, so I'm going to send you a real quick
Terrible
link in
song.
Skype that here's what you and I both need right here.
All right, send it over.
Right there.
Let me take a look-see. Hold on a second.
In the popular 600 or 6...
Back that truck up, Scott. There you go. All right, where is this? Oh, yeah. Here we go. Link. What is this?
It is a sit and standing desk that has a touch panel in it and automatically raises and lowers different times a day if you want it to. Yeah, look at the price on that. Oh, I guess you have to click the buy button to see the price on it.
You have to add to cart, don't you? Where's the price?
Yeah, very bottom there if you click the buy button.
It's still not telling me a price.
It says right there under configure, $3,890.
That's kind of outrageous.
It's kind of outrageous.
What is
it's
it,
got a
the
motor in
little-
it. It's got some power buttons in it, and
The little touchy thing right there, is that just what is that? Just like a little
that's a
phone?
display. That's a little 4-inch display that shows you, what level you're at, how many calories you've burned a day, stuff like that.
That's kind of amazing. Oh, look at that. Wow.
The thing is gorgeous, though. But
any site that tries that hard to hide the price the whole time, though.
Right, exactly.
Wow, there's trouble every time that happens. That's really amazing, though. Wow. I'm impressed.
Mm-hmm. We need to get them as sponsors and
get a couple of demos in here.
Right, exactly.
I'm not doing anything. Let's do this. We expect, HelloFresh sent us some food.
Right. These guys could send us a couple desks. Duh, it's easy.
Yeah,
what's their overhead on that nonsense?
Oh, that's great. All right, very nice. Well, let's do this again. I'll see you at 5:30, okay? Maybe a little earlier than that. A couple minutes ahead. How about that?
Okay, 5:28.